Welcome back. It is day 256 of a road to 2200. We're at 2033. It's a little bit down from the previous video because I've actually tried to record two separate videos. The first time, my computer shut down. Second time, my computer shut down. So, yeah, that was yesterday. And I gave up. So, here we are today. We have an exchange, Cairo Khan, and they're playing like this, where they want to fight against my bishop coming to this square, but I actually really enjoy positions where, we're going to play like e6, solidify this. I'm expecting bishop g5 or something like that, but rather they go there, so there is a threat on my pawn due to the pin, so we kind of have to do something about that. I could... Why is my computer froze? We're back in action. Like, my computer is just giving me a lot of trouble for some reason. I can play bishop e7, or I can play knight here. Knight here, there's this, I think. So let's just go ahead and break the pin. I mean, they're not going to sack, of course. Knight here, there was not this, because I would have just took the bishop, or the knight. I don't know what I'm talking about. But okay, it don't matter. It don't matter. I kind of want to jump in. I mean, this is kind of the whole idea of playing like this. So let's go ahead and just start with that. Takes, of course. Now it's a matter of which way do we take with. I could take this way, controlling this square. If I go here, maybe there's some queen coming in. If I take this way, they can take a hold of the whole center, potentially. Not right now. Intuitively, I want to take this way. So I think this is probably the better way. Usually it's better to take, towards the center. Now, they're cutting my king off here. Oh, not really. I can still castle, but I want to play here, threatening the pawn. They can't really make any progress into my position, and that would stop them from long castling, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If they short castle, they walk directly into my open G file, which is something that I want. Okay. I mean, fair enough. I mean, we probably just start with some rook here. Queen in. I step up. They attack me. Probably not the greatest. So maybe we want to play it patient. I could play some kind of king d7. King d7 takes. I'm just trying to figure out how I should go about this position. I don't know if I want a long castle. Because, I mean, I've given them everything that they really need to push me away. I feel like my king might be safer in the center of the board. So I'm going to play king d7. Just connecting the rooks. I don't really want my king over here with this. Well, I mean, if I castle, my king is stuck on the c file. And, okay, here comes the pawns. I might even try to trade off their bishop. I can come back. Okay, let's play bishop here. So that if they push the pawn, I can play queen c7. I expect them to take. Okay, they don't, so the queen can come all the way back to c7. Now there's a threat on their bishop, so takes. And this is why I didn't want to put my king in the center of the board there. So if I push, I mean, I can put my knight here. But this is kind of, I don't know if I want to open that up. They're going to push the pawn at some moment, I imagine. Maybe I just bring my rook all the way over to here. And then try to play like this, potentially. Knight here. Well, I mean, I'll just start rotating my pieces. No problem. If they go here, I'll just bring my queen up. It's a little bit unpleasant, I would say, but we should be totally fine. They can capture this if they want to, but I'm not really too concerned. They can take this with the tempo, but then I go here, knight back, and then I can jump my knight in. Yeah. Now we threaten this and this. So knight back, we have to play. Now we go knight f5. We have an attack here. Takes, and we're just kind of breaking through, I would imagine. We can also take this pawn. You can start creating, you can start opening up the board if you want. I mean, we do have to calculate some stuff, of course. Really? So you want to push is what they want. So I can take push, takes here. I mean, I can also take this if I want, but I think we just take this. Pawn takes here, check. Maybe it's a problem. King back, though. I mean, I'm going to take the knight. And then we just take here, threats of this. I mean, I can't help but feel like we're just fine. Just king back, we attack the rook. They might try to go for something like this, maybe. Which maybe I need to be a little bit cautious of. Queen here, maybe I go like this, attacking the rook. Okay, but instead they go there. So if I take, they want to go check, takes here. I don't know. I mean, aren't we just winning? I just take due to the pin. I mean, check, they run, I take. King moves. The check, I don't know. I can also just play this. But they can always just force a trade. And if we trade all the pieces, I mean, they're just winning. Because they're going to make a pass pawn over here. But my king would be in time to stop it, actually. Rook there? Okay, I guess that makes sense. So if I go here, what are you going to play? You can't take, I just take here. Rook here, if you run, I just take. I mean, check, there's nothing. So I think I have to play this. Yeah, I think we just go with a simple rook h2. You play back. Maybe then I have e3. But it does seem like we're just winning. You probably have to play check. Well, no, that just loses a rook because takes. And you can't even get the queen in. If you go here, I just take. And it's mate, basically. Yeah, the rook goes back, but I shouldn't be so hasty to play e3, but e3 here, check. Yeah, I mean, it's a check, so they have to respond. I also have check, king here, check, king here, check, king here, and mate. Do we have a forced mate? Hold up. Do we have a rook sack mate? Check, king takes, check. Back, check, king here, checkmate. I think that's mate. Check takes, check. They can only block with the queen or the rook. And we just take that. And then king here, check, king here, check. So I just sack the rook. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Because the king is cut off from their only escape. Boom. If king back, check, checkmate. And there's only two things that can block. And they are free pieces. Check. Checkmates. GG. We played with a 78. Opponent played with a 65. They did have a slightly better position there for a little bit. I actually really like these positions. And the computer agrees. We should have played 94, I guess, but now it's a mistake because they can take. But why? They should just castle right there. I mean, castling looks so scary. And then my queen move was kind of not that great. Okay, whatever. King d7, get over it. It wants you to start picking away at the center of the board. And then we got this. Move the knights. Apparently, this is the better move. Knight back. And then bring the knight in this way. Ah, I see. But we have this. We get to take, take, take. And that was a losing mistake. They needed to offer a queen trade. And then I would have just took here. Check. And then it wants you to play this. Ah, I see, because the queen hangs. But rather we have this, and it preferred... Ooh, it's mate in 5, really? Oh, it's... Yeah, of course, because... You silly goose. Why did I miss that? I just thought that they ran. I kind of missed that the rook sees this square. We're winning the queen, but also it's just checkmate. I missed this for whatever reason. That's kind of embarrassing. It is what it is. But we found this checkmate. They had to block. Takes here. Check here, check. And now they can escape. But they just decided to end their misery and let me checkmate them. So, yeah. All right, let's play a second one. We got the white pieces against Isaac Fair. So we're going to play e4, and we see a Caro-Kann. So we're going to play the von Hennig and see what Mr. Isaac's got for us. f3 is the move here. Takes, knight takes. But if they play like this, we play g4, g5, kick the knight here, and then we take, I believe. I always forget this. Takes, 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 takes. Doesn't seem very good, actually. Or do we play like this? Trying to trap the bishop. Why do I forget this? I can also just take. Knight takes. If bishop takes, I mean, that's good for us. Knight takes. I should know what the best move here is. Unfortunately, I just don't. H4. Knight takes, or pawn takes. You gotta make room, and then I'm gonna play like H5, bishop back. I believe that playing like this is the best way. Because if you take, I'm gonna solidify my center. Okay. Interesting decision. Very interesting decision, actually. So now I have this nice clamp. I could take en passant, but en passant has to take with the pawn. I can also play like this. Takes. Bishop takes, attacks the rook. Just what I don't like. I think I'm spending too much time here. Something tells me that I should play f4. But I also don't think f4 makes sense. Knight takes is probably the best move here. So I'm going to take with the knight. If they give up the bishop, like, we're just fine. I don't really want to play like that because then my bishop's going to be bad. Difficult. I also kind of need to castle long, I think. What squares do I want to get my pieces to? Right here. Knight here would be awesome. So maybe I push the pawn. Hanging the knight in one move, why not? I could play bishop back. Or I could just play, let's just play simple c3. Solidify, and then play like bishop d3. Play bishop back, getting on this diagonal. And, yeah, I want to push my pawn now. And I want to try to get to this square. That is my idea. Takes. Queen takes. I would just take. Yeah, I mean, this has got to be good. We just take and we're damaging the pawn structure. Whoa. There ain't no way that that's good for my opponent. Just knight in. Let's protect. Castles is crazy. Just keep protecting. And then play queen d3. Yeah, queen d3. Let's attack that weak pawn. I'm assuming they're going to play something like that. No, they don't. Okay, I'm going to push a4 because I want to potentially... What's he trying to do? He's trying to go after this pawn. What if I just push this pawn here, threatening to skewer? I feel like he's just going to take the pawn without thinking. These kind of moves it's what I always fall for. I always fall for these kind of moves, yeah. He doesn't, though. He don't fall for it. I mean, I don't really want to lose that pawn. I don't want to play this, though. This is kind of a weakness. I could play here. Knight comes in. I just attack it again. Let's start pushing our pawn here. Check. I'll just block. Just attack it. If the knight goes back, I mean, that's pretty sad, I must say. And yeah, now let's get our bishop involved. The rook steps up. And maybe we want to I want to attack this square. I don't really see how I can do it though. I'm going to long castle here, giving up this pawn. And then if I go here, I mean, you can't really just jump back. Let's play here. Rook here, I'm assuming. Push. Takes. I can just take there. Pawn takes. Check. King back. And then this is protected, actually. No, you can't actually do that. So I go here. Pawn takes. I take here. This square is held, so you have to play this. And then I can start activating my knight here. I see the pin, by the way, guys. Maybe I need to be a little bit careful of that. Okay, I kind of... Ooh. That might be an issue. I guess I can... No, I can't go here because... No, I can play this. And then if takes, takes. So I have to play here. Trade the queens, which isn't really something I wanted to do, but... So be it. Oh. He's just going to allow me to take the rook, I guess. I'm going to bring my rook over. Here, I'm going to play this, I think. And if this... Check, I can't actually do that. Okay, we got to be careful. Yeah, we got to be insanely careful here. King up. I think just king here. Like, my idea is to just checkmate my opponent. Obviously. The problem is if I go here, there's a discovered check. Check. King back. And there's no more checks, is there? If I play rook in... Oh, I have no time. Okay. Here, I'm going to run this way. Check king here. Check king up. I didn't have enough time to calculate everything, but king's cut off. Mate in one's threatened. We just take that. I mean, at this point, he can probably just sack. Because I have 40 seconds. Which I don't even understand how. Like, how did that even happen? He doesn't have any more checks, though. So I'm assuming he's going to sack. The rook is also hanging, by the way. Still no check. Promotes to a knight? That'd be absurd. Threaten checkmate. Check. King here, or knight here. There's no more checks. What? 20 seconds to win this should be enough. We're going to stop the pawn. Get rid of that. I got to lock in here. This would be so easy to draw with 11 seconds on the clock. Oh, I can breathe. I can breathe. Oh my gosh, that really came down to it. We played with an 82.8. Opponent played with a 79. We were losing, and then we were winning. Okay, let's take a look at this. Von Hennig. Here, we should just take the pawn and go into this, apparently. Knight out. Bishop back is the best move. If they take, obviously, we're just going to do this. Okay, but rather we have this position. That was an insane time scramble. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that I had a minute left. I did not... Yeah, no. Queen up. And then, I mean, my idea was pretty clear here. Bishop a3. We got the bishop on a nice diagonal. Long castle. Best move. Best move. But we should try for a queen trade here. Instead, I go for this sequence, and it wanted me to actually sack my rook. And then play knight here. Queen here. Give the rook back. Protecting, I guess. But okay, instead they take, and they're winning until this move, because I have rook d8. I was looking at this. And this loses to this move, which is, yeah, fair. King back. You can force a queen trade here. So in the time trouble, realizing I had a minute, I was like, oh, let's play it. And then I found the way out. The point is, if you play here, you're just losing. Like, you're done. Oh, not because of that. Not because of that, you dummy. Because of this. Why can't I see mate in one there? That was weird, but knight blocks, and we were pretty clutch here. Not gonna lie, we found the right moves, and now we have 30 seconds to convert this position. I also, yeah, here I missed check to take the knight. That would have been nice. I saw it on the next move, and then I sacked because I realized I was like, okay, we can pre-move a bunch of moves here. Look at this maneuver of the pieces. And then I just didn't want to stalemate, so I was trying to get my pieces out of there. Got the king in, check. And of course here, this is not not the best way, but, you know, this was what I could pre-move. And we got the dub. I'm actually quite happy with that performance. I will take it. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you.